Hey there. Today we're going to be talking about how to navigate and read a Mastery transcript. If you've never seen a Mastery transcript before, you're probably going to start on a page that looks like this. This isn't the transcript itself. This Access PDF contains overview information about MTC, information to make sure you're looking at the right student from the right school, and then instructions on how to access the actual Mastery transcript, which is an online interactive document. The access process is really easy. With 2 clicks, you'll be taken to an access page where you can enter in the unique code for that student, verify that you're not a robot, and then from there, be taken into the transcript itself. It's important to note that this transcript will run in any browser. It's totally secure. It doesn't require you to provide any information other than that access code for the student. And it doesn't require you to download or install any software on your computer. What makes the Mastery transcript different, in part, is that it's interactive. The Mastery transcript, by design, contains much more information to help portray a richer picture of what the student has and hasn't covered in high school. For that reason, it allows you to browse and to look deeply into any area of the transcript that's of interest, or just to scan and get an overview sense of what the student has done. Let's talk about some of the things that make Mastery Learning and Mastery transcripts different from regular transcripts. First of all, as you can see here in the center graphic, we're trying very hard to give you a picture of the shape of the student. What are his or her particular interests? Mastery Learning high schools encourage students to go deeply into areas of interest, as opposed to focusing on the same academic core skills over and over again. For this reason, if students have gone particularly deep in a particular domain area, you'll be able to see that in the graphic. Another key difference is that Mastery Learning schools focus on skills as opposed to just academic content knowledge. For example, if you see a student has taken English 12 and has gotten A- on a traditional transcript, that tells you something about their writing skills, but it doesn't really tell you much about what they want to do with them in college. Are they aiming to be a poet, a journalist, or are they just a really good public speaker? And what's going on with that A-? It tells you that they're good at most of the things that they were trying to master in that class, but not all of them. And it doesn't give you any information about what might have been missing. Mastery Learning schools break down for all of their students each of the different competencies or skill areas, as well as academic content that they expect students to master when they graduate. Foundational skills are required for all students who get a high school diploma. It's important to note that these skills are themselves a really strong sign of preparation for college level work. This isn't a high school equivalency diploma. Mastery Learning schools are setting the bar very, very high just to get all the foundational credits. In turn, you can see advanced credits, examples of where the student has decided to explore further, pursue more advanced work, or go especially deep. One of the things you'll see about Mastery credits is that there are no grades. Mastery credits exist in a binary state. The student has either totally mastered the skill or content area in question, or they're not there yet. It's important to note that this isn't a pass-fail grading system. In pass-fail grading systems, the bar for passing is usually pretty low, a D- or above. In Mastery Learning schools, students don't get Mastery credits unless they've demonstrated the skills at a very, very high level. You might think of it as more of an A or not A yet kind of transcript. Finally, what makes the Mastery transcript different is that you can see evidence of what the student has actually done to master the skills and demonstrate their competency. Let's look at some examples of the kinds of skills you can see in a Mastery transcript. Some of the skill areas still look like traditional academic subjects. For here, we can look at statistical reasoning. In a traditional transcript, you may not actually get any information about what the student has actually studied or what skills they've mastered. Here, you can see a clear description of the skills that this student had to obtain, as well as an example of work product of actual graded schoolwork that they did to demonstrate that they maintained those skills. Statistical reasoning for this school is a foundational skill, but this student has also gone to advanced statistical reasoning, which in turn has its own description and also has another piece of evidence. If you're trying to benchmark certain skills, we still include a list of courses. In this case, you can see that the student has finished AP Statistics. And so that should give you a sense of the level of competency that was required for advanced statistical reasoning. If you're trying to learn more about the school, if it's a school you haven't worked with before and you're not familiar with the curriculum, there's a link here to the school profile, which will give you information about their background, their curriculum, and will also give you some more specific information about how to interpret credit profiles. In this case, most students will earn between 10 and 20 advanced credits by the time they graduate. Students that are more than 20 are performing at an extremely high level. And again, that will help you calibrate the overall performance of the student at the school. Lastly, if you need an archival or non-interactive version of the transcript for any reason, you can always download a full PDF version of the transcript and profile together by clicking this link here. What you'll get is a synthesis of both the student's information as well as relevant school profile information all in one place, including the full list of skills that they've mastered, as well as courses that they've completed and highlights of their evidence. Again, the evidence is easier to see and interact with in the interactive version, but we recognize that you may need a PDF for your records. That concludes our tour and orientation of the Mastery Transcript. Thank you very much for your time.